YouTube, Valley Girl. Hello YouTube, Valley Girl 5678 here, and it is time to talk about this new Doja Cat album, Scarlet. This is Doja Cat's fourth LP, following 2021's Planet Her, that had a lot of pop/hip-hop bangers on it. So while this is technically her fourth album, LP, whatever, this project is much more of a mixtape than an LP to me. But not in the way Capra Songs by FK Twigs was an LP or album with an aesthetic of a mixtape. Scarlet to me feels like a mixtape that is simply being called an LP. There's multiple reasons for this, but I think the main one, honestly, is the sonic aesthetic of the entire project. And don't get me wrong, I think these sonic vibes are perfect for her. Overall, I love the production on the entire album. It gives those traditionalist 90s, early 2000s hip-hop vibes, and this is personally my favorite kind of hip-hop production. It reminds me of Earl Sweatshirt, Mike, Rico Nasty's earlier stuff at least. And while the album is quite sonically cohesive, it really shows her versatility, whether it's through the different ways that she can rap, showcasing her vocal talents, or just generally how she really can do it all. However, the one thing that I've honestly never felt like was a strong suit for her is her writing. The biggest, writing fails to me does not come down to individual lyrics, although there are many that I could mention or pull up. But it's really in the fact that so many of the songs on here could have been consolidated to create an album with tracks that are much more fleshed out, solid, and effective, in turn making a much more succinct and overall just better album. This album is an hour long and it really, really didn't need to be. Fuck the Girls, Ouchies, Shut Joe, and Balut, those all could have been compacted down to one or two tracks, because besides very subtle differences, they're all quite repetitive in relation to each other, especially thematically. And unfortunately, that is not the only grievance I have with this album, as there are some tracks that, while they are not thematically repetitive with other tracks on the album, they are just really lazily written and really boring. Gun, which gives the most past Doja vibes, has subject matter and lyrical content that is just so boring and overdone to me, honestly. And the connecting metaphor of the entire track relating a gun to a dick is really boring. It's really boring. And I'm not saying this just because I don't want to be hearing about male genitalia. And then we have Love Life, which has a really nice sentiment, but unfortunately is just not the best written song. In my opinion, it actually might be the worst song on the album. I mean, that second verse is rough. Of course, the album is not all bad though, and you would hope so, given that it's an hour long, as I mentioned. The singles Attention, Paint the Town Red, and Demons were great single picks and totally laid out the general vibe/direction of the album. Now, while this track does not have my favorite production, Wet Vagina goes kind of hard. I mean, I bring the drip with the wet vagina. You can't tell me that doesn't go hard. If you don't think that goes hard, then you're wrong. Just speaking the truth here. 97 is straight vibes. I love how her performance shifts from the verses to the choruses. I'm obsessed with the production on this track. And of course, the Valley shout out. We love to see it. Go Off is so groovy, and it gives that vibey Doja Cat energy that we all fell in love with in 2019. And then the three thematically love forward tracks, Agora Hills, Can't Wait, and Often, are honestly all great, especially Agora Hills, where she manages to sound like Summer Walker and also Coco and Claire all in one song. It's just a combination of major slay vibes to create one ultimate slay. And I mean, of course, this song is the ultimate Valley representation. On Can't Wait, her flow and the song's overall vibes gives me Lauryn Hill, so that obviously slaps. And on Often, we get those really old school R&B vibes, which I think sounds so good with her voice and flow. So overall, this is a slightly bloated album that shows Doja Cat experimenting with her sound and image in a way that honestly makes me fuck with her more. So I have mixed feelings about this project. So I'm gonna go an even 5.5. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see me react to this album, check out my Patreon, which is linked below. If you want to see more exclusive content from me, including my reaction to the Agora Hills music video, you should check out my sunroom, which is also linked below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I am finally linking my Spotify now that I got all of my playlists in, the pretty little orders I wanted them in. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!